Okay, everybody. Sorry the video was a little late today, but worked about a 13, 14 hour day last night, so I was a little exhausted when I got in around lunchtime, but I had to get a little power nap. Um, I thought I'd put out at least a 20, 30 minute video right quick, see what we can come up with. Um, it looks to me like the commercial money is starting to sell, according to this COT index, commitment to trader index indicator. It's a weekly on January Bitcoin futures. Pretty much March futures looks the same. February about the same. Your sentiment starting to get a little overbought. Still could go higher, but your pinch punch indicators at 67. So technically, a 60 is telling you to look out for a trend reversal. Now, I have seen this go as high as almost 70, 80 back in 21. So it could go higher. I don't think it's a bad idea. Take a little off the table. I mean, not financial advice, but um, if you're up pretty decent, if you bought anything September, October, most likely you got some good profit right now. It's not a bad idea, I don't think, to at least sell half. Maybe 10, 20%, 25%. Something you can at least say you got some cash on the side, some dry powder ready for any kind of correction. At some point, we're going to get some kind of correction. Even the seasonality is calling for a little bit of correction around middle of January. So we're almost there. I mean, it's January 13th now. So I would anticipate somewhere around the 15th, according to a certain report that I buy, forecast. I won't mention any names, but the guy's pretty sharp. One of my current mentors. So, um, what I'm seeing, if you go to the commitment to trader report, uh, you pull up the dealer information. This is on a CMEgroup.com website. It's kind of hard to find it, but um, they probably make it that way for a reason. So everybody, the public doesn't know how to get to it. But um, you can tell the last 2 weeks, the dealers, the big money, commercial money, has been reducing their net position uh, over the last 2 weeks. They've increased their short position over the last 2 weeks also. So I'd be real careful on that. That's kind of a red flag. Um, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to crash or have an immediate correction. Sometimes it takes 2 to 4 weeks maybe to play out, but you can see they increased their longs by 2.7%, but they're still net short. So they increased their short by 6.7%. So they're a little bit more short than they are long, which they've been that way for pretty much since 2021, I think. But they haven't been net long since, I think, 21. But so we'll just keep that in mind. I'll go ahead and cover all the commodities and your Dow Jones March weekly futures. Commercial money's out, hedge fund public money's in. So usually you want to bet against that, except for live cattle. According to my mentor, you're coming into a seasonality where you're due for a little correction anyway. Probably till about mid-February, could be March. That's showing March 22nd right there. You can see your open interest is trailing up a little bit, but your commercial net position is going down. So that's telling you the big money's getting out of stocks temporarily. I mean, that's, once again, I'm not calling for a recession. I'm not calling for stock market crash, but you can see we're overdue. I mean, we went up almost 13 weeks in a row, 9 to 13 weeks in a row on most things. That's had a pretty good run, so not a bad time. Take a little cream off the top. Um, uh, so, all right, I go to live cattle February weekly. Commercial money's still in. They increased their short position. If you go to the commitment to trader report, um, pull up agriculture, livestock, live cattle. You can see on this, they increased by 15.5% on their longs. Any double digit increase or decrease is pretty significant, is what I've been told. If you look at the producer page, their net position has been going up pretty much since November 7th on cattle. I don't really know what's driving that. Maybe it's just seasonality. I don't know. Maybe there's a shortage of cattle somewhere, beef, or I don't know. I don't really follow the reports. Uh, I think those could be a little uh, misleading in some cases. I don't know if you can trust them or not. I haven't tested them out, but so we'll go to let's see, what is this? Soybeans. I think that's soybeans. Soybeans set up pretty good. You got commercial money all in. Uh, the public, small speculators coming out. They're selling. Hedge funds might be slightly accumulating. They're actually selling. Their net position's been coming down since November. But your commercial money's been buying since November. So that tells you your net position's starting to curve, starting to come back up. I would look for a bounce in soybeans sometime next 1 to 2 weeks, most likely. That's a March contract. You got soybean meal, same thing. It's pretty much set up almost identical. You got gold, February futures. Let me slide this over. Commercial money started to accumulate slowly. They're not anywhere near the buy zone on the COT index. You can see their net position ticked up just a hair. The open interest actually went down. So I'd be careful on gold for a little while. I would anticipate it to come down for a little while. Your hedge funds are starting to sell also on gold. So that's, who knows, they could be selling gold, buying Bitcoin, since we had the ETF approval last week. That could be what they're doing. I don't know. You got the bond market. This is March bond market, weekly. Everything's weekly. Your commercial money came up just a hair. Your hedge funds are selling. Your public's all in on bonds. Public's usually wrong. I would probably anticipate a drop in bonds until probably mid-February, looks like. Like I say, your commercial money's starting to accumulate slowly. Open interest is coming up, but your public is leading most of that buying. So that's a major red flag when the public or the small speculators leading the open interest. Um, Here we have crude oil. Commercial money's in the buy zone, really, really strong buy zone. Uh, I got stopped out on my position. Mistimed it. I didn't go to. I think I didn't look at the 4 hour chart. It was set up for a correction. I missed that. I was tired that day, I think, and probably worked the night before. So it is what it is. I might try to revisit that. Live cattle looks pretty interesting. I might get back in that. I got stopped out of that. Made $90 on a live cattle. Should have made 1,000. I had 1,000 made that morning, but I got greedy. Didn't take it. So let's see here. Copper. That's March copper. Commercial money's accumulating pretty fast. They're not in the buy zone yet, but starting to get there. I don't know what count that's on, but open interest starting to come up, commercials coming up, hedge funds are selling, the public's still buying, so it's probably going to keep coming down to take the public's money. Or small speculator. I call the public the retail investor, the small speculator. That's what I was taught. But um, let's see here. We got wheat, March wheat. Commercial money's out. Hedge funds are in. Your public's out also. But so your sentiment's getting oversold a little bit. It's not extremely oversold, but your value is still overbought. So it's not a good setup on wheat right now. I would wait it, till the commercials are in the buy zone. I wouldn't be a buyer on wheat. Natural gas. I feel like I kind of missed that trade. What did I do here? We need to reload that. Let's see if it'll reload. If you go to nat gas on the what do I have here? Let me close that out. Let's go to the COT. I did pull a scan on a daily buy perfection. There's not much on a weekly showing up on a day buy or weekly buy perfection, but there's not actually nothing on crypto. So the daily, you got Joe set up pretty good today. So at the close here in about 5 minutes, close of the business day. If you notice, I'm just looking at how the other ones did that popped up. You had Link over here, had a 3 or 4 day rally. Ave, same thing. LRC, same thing. HIGH, same thing. So it looks like it might be like a little 3 to 4 day play off of these. Cosmos, Atom, same thing. You get a little 3 or 4 day bounce. BRA, same thing. LTC, it had a nice 5 day bounce, 5 or 6. STG, yeah, pretty much the same thing. I mean, you can play a 1 day trade out of it. There's no guarantee you're going to get the very next day bounce, but it's a pretty high percentage, looks like, where the very next day you get a bounce. Got an alarm going off. I guess that's the new day, new business day coming up. Okay, bro. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Let me turn that off so I don't get interrupted again. Um, let's see. I guess we go to the CMEs, take a look at what's set up the best. Again, come to Bitcoin on the CME daily. We hit a 13 count on January 9th. That's usually a sell signal. Sure enough, it has pulled back at least the last 2 days. Pretty decent pullback today, almost 6%. You go to a weekly on this, I guess. Let's see. Right now, you're at a down week. It's only 1.5% for the week, and you still got tomorrow that could rally. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting the feeling that we've topped out. This is a major topping candlestick when you have most of your body way above, and then you're closing way down at the bottom. That's usually a topping candle, especially on a weekly time frame. That's telling you, this could be the end of the party for a little while. I'm not saying it's going to crash back to 10,000 or nothing, but you could easily see a 20-30% correction. I wouldn't be surprised to see it maybe test 28, maybe 30,000. But if Bitcoin does that, a lot of your smaller coins may drop, 40, 50, 60%. I don't know. It's just whatever they want to do, I guess. But If you go to crude oil, the setup pretty good. You had a weekly buy perfection December 17th that week. Hasn't really done anything yet. It's been just kind of sideways, choppy. Uh, I've seen it a lot of times. You'll get like your first three bars of up action. They're pretty choppy. You might get one up, one down, one up, kind of sideways. You'll get a range bound uh, flag pattern set up, and then a lot of times after your third candlestick, you'll get a pretty good pop on candle four. Is what I've seen with this TD sequential. Um, let's see. The dollar was set up for a rally. It rallied the first week 1%. This last week it was pretty flat, almost down. But um, so with the dollar set up to rally, it makes me a little more cautious, especially towards buying stocks, probably even buying commodities too. Because if you got a strong dollar that's rallying against you, most time that causes your assets to go down. Um, so I'm almost tempted to just stay out until this dollar quits rallying and starts back down. I think that's a better setup where you'll have a higher percentage of winners if you'll wait on that. Sometimes I've heard some professionals say, sometimes a good day to go long, some day a good day to go short. Some days it's better just go fishing, or walk the dog, play with the kids, whatever you want to do, ride your motorcycle, your horse, whatever you got. Uh, just it's better than losing money. That's definitely, I think that's pretty sound advice. Live cattle, you had your perfection here November 26th. They rallied slowly. Uh, Seems like it's taken forever to get on a plus count. I've been watching it. I was watching it way back over here, you know, start of November, waiting for this nine setup. We finally got it. Went down another week, finally rallied. Next week, pulled back. Next week, pulled back again. Finally got like 1%. This week, pretty flat, 0.4%. So, cattle's really slow. I don't know, it's too slow for me. Natural gas, I feel like you kind of missed this trade, but I mean, you're only on week two of the rally. So I think you could easily come up here, bump its head on the cloud, somewhere around 3.44, 3.45. Um, let's see, what else to trade? Soybeans, just go down here to, here's your bonds. We'll pull bonds. Bonds are on a weekly sell. So I'd be careful on that. Let me turn that off. So make a bunch of racket. Let's see. Where we at here? Corn was set up decent. It's on a 5. It could still come down complete this 9 count. So I'd wait on corn probably. Soybean meal looked pretty good. It's on an 8, so you might get one more week of down. Sometimes week 9 will bounce. Daily it's set up pretty good. I don't want to go back and forth because sometimes it messes it up. But soybeans set up pretty good. You might get 2 more weeks of down action on soybeans, but soybeans set up pretty good on a daily. If you go to the day chart, it's set up on a 9 by perfection on soybeans. I would anticipate a rally next week, most likely, but there's no guarantee. Let me look at corn on a daily. Corn's got the same thing. Soybean meal, same thing, I think. Yep, it had a buy perfection on the 11th. Haven't got the rally day yet, so I would anticipate Tuesday. You got the holiday on Monday, so most markets are going to be closed. Crypto will be open, but so I ran that scan and came up with a Joe. So that looks like the best short-term trade. If you wanted to do, like 1 to 4 day trade, I don't see any problem with buying Joe end of the day. Matter of fact, I might throw in a trade myself. I'd look at a 4 hour chart on Joe. Uh, let's see if I've got it pulled up. Let me pull it. To time your entry a little bit. This is how I started doing it when I was testing my strategies. I pull up a 4 hour chart. It's hit a 913, went sideways 4 bars. So that's 16 hours of nothing but sideways pretty much. So that's kind of boring, but not saying it can't rally, but it could take off at any time. But now on that 1 hour, you're on a -2 count pullback. So I probably anticipated to retest this 51, maybe 52 cents zone. Looks like bounce off of that, come back up. If I was targeting a daily target, again, not financial advice, but if you get a daily target, maybe up here around, I don't know, 68, 69, 63. If you really got momentum, you might get 78 out of it. Well, I don't know, top of the cloud would be easy money at 62 cents, probably. It's holding the bottom of the cloud. That's strength, at least. Now, weekly, nearly everything is stretched really. It's on a sell signal weekly. I don't really like that, but it is coming up on a bar 3 down count. So you might get the bar 3 rally going up. I've seen that a high percentage of the time. I can't guarantee it, but it's a high probability. Um, so that's what I'm seeing. Not a whole lot on stocks. The AMC didn't play out this week. It went down pretty good another week, which I had a feeling it was going to at least test that $5 zone. That didn't hold. So I said on the last video, if you lose that $5 zone, you might have a tight stop. Sure enough, we lost it. And this week it tested, I want to say, yeah, 4.47 was the low. So, that's over a 50-cent drop from that $5 mark. So that didn't work too good. Your will stop is 6.84 weekly. So daily, man, I hate when it does this. I just won't. It drives me nuts. I hate symbolic software, but it's pathetic. When you compare this to TradingView, there's no contest. Hands down, 10,000% better software, but this literally would drive you to drinking. Uh, so daily, AMC's on an 8. You could get one more day down, and I hope it bounces sometime next week. If it don't, I'm probably gonna have to. I didn't cut my position. Didn't take my own advice. I've seen a lot of times on the weekly chart after the buy perfection, you might get one more week of down, and then a really high percentage, you should get a bounce next week, according to that. But from what I've seen, there again, I'm no professional or nothing, but that's what crypto did in September on me. But that was a bad week. It was historically the worst week of the stock market history. So we did get one more down week. That's 11.8% down this week. I started averaging around 520. I bought some at 5. I think I bought some more at 4.65. So I'm averaging in. I probably got somewhere around 509, I think, average on it. Like there again, I'm gonna maybe give it another day or two next week. If it doesn't bounce next week, I'm gonna just have to cut it. I'm not doing a huge position on it, but uh, I wouldn't mind putting 4 or 5 thousand in it. Just to see what happens because it's beat up. It's 98% off the high. So I mean, I don't like that. It's a bad time when your S&P is set up to correct and your dollar is set to rally. And I probably mistimed my alert on this. You're better off waiting for optimal conditions when you're trying to play crystal ball because it's high stakes poker. I mean, it definitely. And I don't want to be giving people bad advice. As far as but this is mostly for entertainment purposes. But if you want to take these trades, test them out, you can. I wouldn't put a lot of money in this stuff, but um, I'm betting with real money. But um, you know, I've got enough faith in this system that I've seen it work really well in the past. So I just keep an eye on it. I can show you what GameStop did off of this buy indicator. I probably didn't show that last time. I should have, but when you got GameStop buy signal, November 19th was the weekly buy signal. If you'd have bought it on the Friday at the end of that, you could have made 25% in 1 week. You want to pull the total price movement. I'm not real good with this price range. Here we go. Let's just measure right there to right here. That's a 56% move right there in about 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good on a stock. I mean, that would be good on crypto. I mean, to do that on a stock is pretty much unheard of. I don't know anybody that can call a 56% mover uh, within a week. I mean, pretty much rallied probably starting the next week. I don't know exactly what day. I see. All right, that rallied. Was that November 19th? The week of that. So let's see. Where's November? Yeah. So you got above the will stop right here. It didn't actually work. It went down some more. If you'd have bought this, it held it. Yeah, one day it went up 13% in one day. Right here on November 28th. Took off. Man, this thing just exploded. I mean, once it finally bottomed out, I don't know if that was a 9 count or not. That looks pretty close to a 9 count to me. I could probably pull it up on my trading view. Let me pull. I used to have it on a watch list, but let's do GME. Pull this up on a daily. It's on a daily already. November. And it was on a 5. Put that on Heikin-Ashi. Sometimes it'll smooth out. It's still showing like a 4 count down. So it would have been kind of hard to buy this. I mean, with these two together, that's pretty much a 9 or 13 count, 13 bars down. Let's just measure it exactly from the first red bar till it bounced. You had, what is that? 13 bars. Yeah, it's a 13 bar count. So, all right, there's my 29-minute mark. So I better cut this video off, and we'll catch y'all next week. Keep an eye on AMC. Hopefully it works. Maybe we all get rich. And we'll catch y'all later. Catch you next week. Hey, hit the like, subscribe if you think about it, or share this with all your family and friends on social media. Email everybody, and let's get rich in 2024.